Hey, welcome to the shop. Today I'm going to modify the oil pickup on my Sportster so that I don't lose oil pressure while I'm doing a wheelie. Some people think that you don't need to do this mod, but I think it's cheap insurance. Plus, as far as I can tell, when you overfill your oil tank so that you don't suck up air in a wheelie, I'm pretty sure it just makes more oil come out of your breather on your air intake. I'd like to be able to fill my oil to the appropriate level and still not starve the bike for oil. While I'm at it, I'm going to modify my primary breather so that that can't leak any oil out of the primary. I don't feel the need yet to do a breather mod because I've hardly had any oil come out of the breather, but if I run into that down the road, then I'll do that as well. I'm looking forward to getting this one done so that I can dip it back without worrying about damaging my bike. So let's get to work. This is the fitting that I'm going to use for a new oil pickup. It's got a 3/8 barbed end and a 3/8 NPT pipe thread on the other side. I'm going to go ahead and get my mounting location marked while the oil tank is in the bike so that I know I don't run into any clearance issues. Well, it looks like the oil tank only slides out if either the battery or the fender are out of the way, or maybe both. But the battery's easier, so I'll try that first. I'm pretty sure the fender's got to go too. I flushed out my oil tank really good to make sure there were no plastic shavings left inside it from making that hole. Then I made sure it's 100% dry in there, and now I'm ready to install my new brass inlet. I got to install this before I put the tank back on the bike because there isn't room to spin it around once it's on there. I left a little piece of the old oil feed line on so that I could plug it with a little copper plug and get rid of it. Now I got to get the new oil feed line hooked up. It seems a little shoddy to me to patch in a little piece to extend it, so I'm going to replace the whole thing with a new tube. I wrapped the oil line in a little bit of friction tape here just because it rubs on the old spot. So I wanted to be safe and not wear a hole in the line. This is all done. I'm ready to button this up and then move on to the next thing. A lot of people seem to think it's a good idea to run Lucas oil stabilizer in the engine oil, so I'm going to give it a shot. This time I'm going to put half a quart in and then fill the rest of the way up with my regular oil. The next mod I'm going to do is the transmission and primary breather line. It comes out here. I have been getting some oil out of it, but not a lot. I really don't like how it just spits oil on top of everything, so I'm going to make a change to it. I don't mind adding another section onto this one because it's not a pressurized oil line. It's just a breather tube. I'm going to add a little elbow so that I can extend it, and I'm going to run it up and around and back down. I don't think it's ever going to get enough oil pumped through it to ever reach the top. So I think any oil that gets in the line will work its way back down, and I won't end up losing any oil from the system. That's what I'm thinking. We'll see how it works. I'm going to give it a shot and see how it goes. I'm gonna get this mess cleaned up real quick. I'm gonna go out, get the bike warmed up, make sure I'm happy with my oil level, and then I'll give you guys what you really want. I'm gonna go try some wheelies. Until today, I've had the excuse in the back of my mind that I didn't want to go too far back and maybe risk oil starvation, but today I don't have that excuse anymore. So we'll see if I have the balls to get behind balance point and slow it down a little bit. Start warming it up. Just teasing back there, but I wouldn't say I'm really behind balance point at any moment yet. Just right up to it is about where I'm at. I still got to dip further. Wobbly. Getting back there and balancing, but not 50% of the time, so I'm still speeding up. I'm really excited to get this mod done on my bike because it's the last thing I had on the back of my mind. Now I really feel like this bike is ready to stunt. So no more excuses, it's just me, and I need to get the seat time so I can progress. Hope you guys like this video. Drop a comment down below and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next week.